Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let us introduce ourselves. My name is Giskalodia Pramesti as the chairperson, and my partner Audrey Widya Anjali Devi as the timekeeper. Welcome to Sachie English Debate Competition 2024. Before we start the debate, let me read some rules. First, each speaker has 5 minutes to deliver the speech and 3 minutes for reply speaker. Second, timekeeper will knock twice at 4 minutes and continually at 5. Third, POI is allowed in this debate and have 10 seconds to deliver. Today's motion is why phone should be banned at school. As affirmative team is Rafli's team, and as negative team is Dandy's team. To begin the debate, please welcome the first speaker of affirmative team, Mr. Rafli. The floor is yours.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for the chairperson and timekeeper. Thank you to Mr. Batar Emmanuel as our adjudicator, and thank you to everyone who watching this debate. Okay, my name is Rafli Rafael as the first speaker from affirmative team, and I'm here to support the statement that mobile phones should be banned at school. And we believe that this ban will bring significant benefit for students, teachers, and the learning environment as a whole. We will limit this debate to the learning process. Okay. Mobile phones should be banned in school. Mobile phones are multifunctional devices that have evolved with the development of digital technology. They are equipped with various digital features, one of which is the internet, a capability that also comes with potential risk. Okay. School is a place for us, students and educator, to engage in teaching and learning activities. As students, we have one crucial obligation in life, which is to learn something. And the existence of school is one to the ways for us to be able to learn with focus. Okay. And a ban is an action that prohibits an individual or group from engaging in a specific activity. This ban arises due to presence of something that is considered to violate a certain norm. And in this context, mobile phone should be banned in school to improve student discipline in learning. Mobile phone can disrupt teaching and learning activities in school because teacher cannot supervise all students at the same time. And there will be students whose focus is deferred to their mobile phone while the teacher is explaining. This certainly disadvantages the student as they waste the available learning opportunities at school. For example, there have been incidents in our school where some teacher conducted mobile phone raids on students because they were found using social media platforms like TikTok or playing some games during the lesson, especially popular ones like Mobile Legends or Magic Chess. And then this is a clear indication that students have not yet learned to use mobile phones appropriately. Therefore, we support the ban of mobile phone in school. Okay. And in 2015, there was a study that used the difference in different strategies to examine the impact of banning mobile phone on student performance in United Kingdom. The study compared schools that implemented a ban of bringing mobile phones with schools that did not enforce such a rule. And the result of the study shows us that banning mobile phones school can lead an increase in student performance, with the exam scores of 16 years old students increasing by 6.4% from the existing standard deviation. And furthermore, recent studies in Spain and Norway have shown similar results. In Spain, banning mobile phones have been proven to improve student math and science scores. Meanwhile, in Norway, banning mobile phones has significantly increased the average grades of high school students and reduced incident of bullying activities. And my friends will further elaborate on why mobile phones should be banned in school, including how their use become a distraction for students, reducing their learning focus and critical thinking, and then diminishing learning discipline and potentially leading to cheating habits. And maybe that is enough for argument for me as speaker one. Thank you very much.
The first speaker of Affirmative team spent 40 minutes, 28 seconds.
Next, please welcome the first speaker of Negative team, Mr. Dandy. Floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Adjudicator. I'm Dandy, the first speaker of the negative team. And I want to define and add some more definition to Mr. Rafi definition. The first is mobile phone is mainstream media to connect and share information. People could use them to share like funny videos, informations, and especially learning materials. This day, there were a lot of videos and articles that talks about materials given in school. And mobile phone makes it easier to share and watch this kind of information. As we know, we could search anything we want using mobile phone, including learning materials. And here is some main issue why we shouldn't ban mobile phone in school. So, the first thing is phone could be easily carried unlike book. Why should we bring physical book when we could read them on our phone? And we are talking about the benefit of the digitalization, right? And book can easily be read or wrecked, or it is easy to destroy. How many times in our history have our knowledge lost because someone or something destroyed the source, like the sack of Baghdad in the 2028. The Mongol destroyed the Beit al-Hikmah, which is the biggest library at that time, and everything was lost. Every knowledge was lost, and that is a biggest loss to humanity, because we need knowledge to keep going, to keep advancing, to become much more advanced. And the second point is physical book can contain in-depth point on certain topic. Books only talks about things in general and couldn't make in-depth explanation except to make them written in separate section, and thus making the book much more thicker, or requiring special books that talks about that specific matters. And in our cases, students this day still have to search more material on the internet. How many of you searching materials at Google? How many of you searching or asking question in Kanda, Quora, or Brandly? In other words, we need phone to search for the things or materials we need that does not provided by books. And then, because the time given to me will not be sufficient, my second and third speaker will give you a detailed explanation along with some other arguments to give you an insight on why we need an access to phone at school. And I want to rebut some of the arguments that is being given by Mr. Rafli. And the first thing is that mobile phone can disrupt learning and teaching. But we could make some rules to minimize the negative impact of those. And we could make, rules like such as collecting phones when not in use. When in class, we could collect everybody's phone, and then everything's just gonna be all right. And the next thing is bullying on the internet. Well, this is becoming a serious issue this day because we know bullying is bad and internet makes it worse. Why does it make it worse? Because people can be easily hate someone and mock them. They don't have any resolve in their hearts because They don't have any consequences. They don't face to face with the one they are bullying with. And so that's why we should not ban mobile phone at school. We could educate these people. We could make something better. We could make an alternative to this issue. And to conclude my speech, we should not ban phone at school. Rather, we need to regulate how students use them in order to make the best out of it. This thing is not a bad thing, and we shouldn't make it bad. Thank you.
The first speaker of negative team spent 4 minutes, 25 seconds.
Please welcome the second speaker of Affirmative team, Miss Alia. Floor is yours.
In an age dominated by digital technology, the presence of mobile phone has become a double-edged sword, especially within the educational institution. While we agree that mobile phone and internet provide access to a wide amount of information, the concerning effects of mobile phone on student learning and well-being cannot be ignored. This aims to dissect the reason why banning phones in schools is not only beneficial but also necessary for the holistic development of studying. And here I explain you why. First, the use of mobile phones can be the main distraction of students at school and make them less focused. Research findings consistently highlight the detrimental impact of phone use on students' focus. According to the research done by Professor Adrian Ward from Macomb School of Business at the University of Texas, the mere presence of a phone can significantly reduce a person's ability to focus and retain information. With their constant access to social media, messaging apps, and entertainment when phones are allowed to use during learning process, students find it difficult to resist the urge to check their phones during lessons, disrupting their focus and check their phones during lessons. Even in quiet spaces such as libraries or study halls, the presence of phones can serve as distraction, as students may feel compelled to respond to notification or browse online content rather than concentrating on their studies. For example, there are a lot of cases nowadays, even in our school, SMA and Sachie Compact, where the student phones got confiscated by the teachers because they're playing mobile phones during lessons instead of paying attention to the teacher. Additionally, research from the Journal of Media Education suggests that constant notification and interruptions from phones can disrupt students' attention span, making it difficult for them to sustain focus on academic tasks or assignment. So, in order to keep the student focus, mobile phones must be kept during classes. The use of mobile phone at school also decreases the students' critical thinking skills.
POA. Okay. How can you say that mobile phone can decrease the critical thinking of students while we know that mobile phones help students to improve their information? Thank you.
Okay, just like what you said, mobile phone indeed provides so many information with the help of search engines such as Google, or even in nowadays that is one viral is AI. But as I mentioned before, that mobile phone indeed provide access to a wealth amount of information, but do we think that all the information there is correct? Because according to the Ministry of Communication and Information, even in Indonesia in 2024, there are 2,882 hoaxes circulating on the internet. The large number of hoaxes circulating proves that not all information circulating on the internet is true, and students should use their thinking skills rather than relying completely on the internet. But what happened in real life is the opposite. The students decide to rely on Google instead of use their critical thinking skill, which eventually slowly decrease and weaken their entire thinking skills. Constant access to information at their fingertips can lead to a reliance on quick answers rather than deep analysis. Instead of pondering a question and critically evaluating various sources, students may simply Google it for an instant answer bypassing the critical thinking process. Additionally, the ease of copying and pasting information from the internet can discourage students from engaging in original thought and research. Rather than synthesizing information and forming their own ideas, students may simply regurgitate information they find online without critically evaluating its credibility or relevance. And I hope that answered your question. They don't do manual research and use their critical thinking skill to earn arguments or even answer their assignments. This claim is already supported by so many researchers. For example, a study published in the journal Computers in Human Behavior found that excessive smartphone use was associated with lower cognitive skills, including critical thinking. This kind of action is the first stage of cheating, and it actually counts as minor cheating and should be prevented before making major effects on students. The use of mobile phones at school clearly affects the students' learning process, but in a bad way. Hence, we decide to agree with the phone ban at school. Thank you.
The second speaker of affirmative team spent 5 minutes 27 seconds.
Please welcome the second speaker of negative team, Mr. Gilang. Floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Gilang Radia as a second speaker in opposition team. Me as a second speaker strongly do not agree with this motion of today's debate. Because of what? Okay, certainly let's delve deeper into the debate against banning mobile phones in schools by incorporating more detailed information and facts. Esteemed judges and all of my friends, in the contemporary educational landscapes, the use of mobile phones has become increasingly integrated to the learning process. Research indicates that educational apps and online research accessed through mobile devices significantly contribute the students to active engagement and comprehension of subjects. A comprehensive study conducted by the National Educational Technology Association that say that they found that 87% of teachers believe that educational apps positively impact students' learning outcomes by providing interactive and dynamic content. Moreover, the digital era demands a set of skills crucial for future success. Prohibiting mobile phones in school may impede the development of their skills, including digital literacy and adaptability to technology. Okay, silakan.
Can you mention any other skills that
Okay.
is generated by the use of mobile phone in school rather than these two? Because if we're talking about digital literacy and technology adaptation, those skills are already integrated in one subject such as informatics.
Okay, thank you. According to a report by Digital Education Foundation, students who regularly use mobile device exhibit 25% higher levels of technological proficiency compared to their peers who do not incorporate mobile technology into their learning routines. Beyond academics, the safety aspect cannot be overlooked. Mobile phones serve as an immediate communication, enabling students to contact their parents, guardians, and school authorities in emergency situations, like what Speaker One says in my team. A case study conducted by Safety and Educational Research Institute revealed instances where timely communication through mobile phones played a pivotal role in averting potential crises within school premises, emphasizing the critical role mobile phones play in ensuring student safety. Furthermore, embracing mobile phones in education supports as a personalized learning experience. The ability to cater to the diverse learning styles in exemplified through adaptive learning apps and content tailored to individual learn. A longitudinal analysis by Educational Research Institute spanning 5 years demonstrate a 20% improvement in student performance and motivation when exposed to personalized learning through the mobile device. Research conducted by the National Educational Technology Association NETA indicates that a significant majority of educators acknowledge the positive impact of educational apps accessible through mobile device. These apps offer interactive and dynamic of subject, such as engagement foster as a deeper understanding of concept and promotes a more vibrant learning environment. As the opposition team, we extend an invitation to the opposition team to engage with the presented facts and data. Are there arguments or data that can fortify their stance? This discussion provides an opportunity to deepen collective comprehension of the tangible consequence of using mobile phones in school. Safety consideration also weigh heavily in debates surrounding mobile phones in schools. Mobile phones serve as immediate communication tools, enabling students to reach out to parents, guardians, or school authorities in emergency situations. Case studies conducted by the Safety and Education Research Institute underscores that instances where timely communication through mobile phones has played a pivotal role in averting potential crises within school premises, highlighting the critical role mobile phones play in ensuring student safety. Thank you.
Second speaker of negative team spent 4 minutes 31 seconds.
Please welcome the third speaker of Affirmative team, Miss Dini. Floor is yours.
Hey, thank you, Ms. Kiska. Hello, my name is Dini Anissa as a third speaker of Affirmative teams. First thing first, I agree with that statement if phones should be banned at school. Mobile phones are very useful in today's digital era, but mobile phones also have a bad impact on their user, especially students. I'm here will add some more arguments as my friend told you guys before. Okay, and the first argument is bringing mobile phone into the school environment can violate discipline of students. Why? Because the presence of a mobile phone can have a dangerous effect during the learning process, such as students are less able to concentrate and their performance decrease. So bringing mobile phones to school has a negative impact on students and makes them lazy to study with the teacher in their class. And the second argument is the students potentially accessing prohibited sites. It is certainly difficult for teachers and school residents to control the way they use mobile phones that students bring to school one by one. What happens if one of the students accesses prohibited sites, especially if you invited your friends to join in the fun? And then their mentality and psychology will collapse as if hit by a tsunami or volcanic eruption. The nerves in their brains become disconnected and it's difficult for them to understand school lesson. It's also possible that they are suffering from a long-term addiction. And as a result, students suffer losses and of course their future is threatened. Okay, and the third argument is...
Will I?
Yes, please.
Okay. What positive impact do you think teacher gets when their student don't bring cell phone to school? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. Let me answer it. And the positive impact that teachers get is that it certainly becomes easier for them to assess their students' work correctly. Why? Because in the absence of cell phones, students tend to look for their answer honestly and don't get to answer instantly via the internet. Is that okay? Thank you. And okay, I'll continue my discussion. And the third argument is mobile phone makes students more lazy about studying with their teacher in their class. However, mobile phone has a negative impact on students, especially on how students learn. With the presence of mobile phones, students tend not to pay attention to the teacher in their class and prefer to play with their phones rather than listen to the teacher teaching. This is a very unfortunate because teachers are not respected in class by students when they are learning. And the last argument is mobile phone increase student cheating habits. Why? Because with students bringing mobile phone to school, students tend to rely on the mobile phone to look for answer rather than looking for the answer themselves. So students become more lazy in understanding the lesson and material explained by the teacher. So, as an affirmative team, I agree that the use of a mobile phone should be banned in the school environment. Thank you.
Third speaker of affirmative team, span 4 minutes 12 seconds.
Please welcome the third speaker of negative team, Miss Siti. Floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. I am Siti Julaiha, a third speaker and opposition team. And of course, I don't agree if the cell phone should be banned in school. And surely most of my friends also agree with this. There are many benefits in learning if cell phone are part of school. First, emergency communication. One of the main benefits is that allows students to contact their parents or guardians in emergency situation. Mobile phones can function in a very important communication tool in an emergency. Second, access to learning resources. With internet access, students can search for education information and learning resources online. It helps with research, assessment, and school projects. Third, notification and reminders. Students might receive notification from school, teacher, or administrative staff about school changes, events, or important announcements. Technological advancements. Students deserve to understand the latest technological and application, which is very useful skill in a connected world. There are many other benefits such as can be as yes.
Okay. What if the student use a cell phone while studying incorrectly? What do you think?
Okay, Dini, thank you for the question. I think it all depends on the personality and behavior of each student. Because cell phone or mobile phones are not completely bad things because the main function of this electronic device is actually for communication and sharing information. Okay, back to the benefits. Can be used as a tool to help and supporting information related to material to its school. Use as communication tool with families to provide information about student about at school. As a helper when you are in emergency and have to inform other people. Cell phone can be a means of disseminating information quickly and effectively in the school information. Cell phone connected to the internet can be a means for the student to equip themselves with useful information. Cell phone can be a learning medium for teacher and student if used properly. With cell phone, group learning activity in school can be more effective. Cell phone are a gateway for studying connected in understanding technology. Cell phone or mobile phones can be also for recording teacher explanation in class so that they are useful or learning material at home. Mobile phones can be a medium for essential learning material information between one student and another. For example, those who are unable to attend school. From the question, I will combine the best solution that overcome this problem, namely but not prohibiting students from bringing sample cell phone to school, but still maintaining manners and rules when learning must be applied by students. For example, when a teacher or person, student can keep their cell phone on the table or put them in the bags and only take them out when given direction from the teacher. In my opinion, this is not the illustration that many students will not agree if cell phones are prohibited from being brought to school. Thank you.
The third speaker of negative team spent 4 minutes 13 seconds.
Please welcome the reply speaker from negative team, Mr. Dundee. Floor is yours.
Okay, to reply some of the arguments that have been presented in today's debate, the first one I will talk about is the first speaker of the affirmative team says that mobile phone distracts students, while the first speaker of the negative team says that we could make some rules and regulations to be able to control their behavior. So in order to make them much more beneficial. And the second one is, the second speaker of the affirmative team says that the use of mobile phone at school could decrease the students' critical thinking. But our second speaker replies that we could use some app to incorporate with the learning process with students. And 87% of teachers says that students' learning outcomes becomes positively impacted by the use, the incorporation of this kind of app. So, did the negative impact significantly overcome the positive? No. Mobile phone bring much more benefits than the negative, such as much more knowledge resource. So students can search for more knowledge if the books doesn't provide with in-depth explanation of such knowledge. The second is flexibility. Phone can be bring everywhere. We could bring our phone everywhere, even to let's say to the bathroom. Nowadays, people use phone everywhere. So this is a flexibility that we need in our today's mobile society. And the third argument is the third speaker of the affirmative team says that says the same as their first speaker, but such cases is rare. They say that students could be distracted and may misuse phone. So our third speaker says that it depends on its students. Its students have different characteristics. Its students have different personality. So we need to regulate some rules in order to protect them. We as a school, we need to protect our students. In such cases as pornography, we need to protect our children from pornography. It is our job. It is our rules to make them much more beneficial. So in order to avoid this kind of issues, we need to regulate how our students use their phone. And that's it for my reply.
The reply speaker from negative team spent 3 minutes 3 seconds.
Please welcome the reply speaker from affirmative team, Mr. Rafli. Floor is yours.
Thank you for the time. Okay. First of all, I'm as a replay speaker from Affirmative team. Says thank you for the opposition teams who tell us about argument that doesn't agree with the statement mobile phone should be banned in school. Okay, and from all the arguments, we as the affirmative team still in agreement with the statement mobile phone should be banned in school. And I want to tell you guys about why mobile phones should be banned in school. Okay, the first is mobile phones, of course, have a potential to greatly disrupt learning in school. And school is a place for us as students to learn and develop our interests and their talents. And of course, and engage in various social interaction with other students. And several negative things also can happen during learning with the presence of mobile phones. Firstly, students become unfocused when learning, as they secretly play with their mobile phones instead of paying attention to the lesson. This certainly disadvantages the student themselves. And secondly, the use of mobile phones has the potential to reduce student focus in learning and then thinking process in completing a lesson. And this is because mobile phones have a strong influence in distracting students when they become bored during the learning. And lastly, students should not bring their mobile phone to school, as it brings many negative impact to them, but in terms of learning and other activities. For example, when students bring their mobile phones to school, they tend to instantly cheat on assignment given by teacher using the internet instead of seeking the answer themselves or in the group. And then, therefore, it is advisable for school to implement a ban on bringing mobile phone to prevent unwanted occurrence. And then, regarding of the rules that opposition teams says, we in our school, it has been implemented in our school, but has it been successful? And then, do students do the rule says? Of course no. Many students continue to violate the rule and still use mobile phone despite being warned by the teacher. Even the teacher is warning some students, but students still use their mobile phone on the lesson. And therefore, we need to strengthen the regulation to ban mobile phone in school if we didn't want the student more violent the rules. Okay, thank you.
The reply speaker from affirmative team spent 2 minutes 53 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the debate. All of the debater, please listen to the adjudicator to give his verbal. Floor is yours.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, congratulations for you both, the debaters. Give applause, please. And then, actually, overall, the debate was very good, right? But I'd like to spill your performance. Okay, for the first speaker of affirmative team, okay, you gave the real evidence and the evidence of your arguments, and then gave the limitation, of course, and then time split, of course. For second speaker of the affirmative team, you were good in delivering your arguments, and you could answer the second opposition speaker POI, okay, correct, convincingly, okay, and I liked it. And then for the third speaker of affirmative team, you've given the real exam, of course, evidence, I mean, that makes sense. While for the opposition team, the first speaker, of course, you gave the definition of the motion. Okay. Then, of course, you gave the team split and rebuttal from affirmative definition, right? Okay. The second speaker, you could answer the second affirmative speaker convincingly. Okay. Then the last is third speaker. Yeah, and also you could answer the third speaker questions. Okay. Okay, actually, I am confused, really confused. So with that, to decide which one is the best. Okay, but it actually it depends on the reply team of you. But okay, opposition team. Opposition team, you have with that. You have succeeded to persuade me that your arguments was the best, and you have succeeded. And also, affirmative team, okay, you have succeeded to persuade me. Okay, but yeah, well, let me see, okay, which one is the best of this debate. That's all my speech. Thank you.
Okay, that's the verbal adjudication. And the winner of this debate is
Opposition team.
congratulations to all the winner. You may back to the debate room and see you.
Thank you.